Hello again. If you don't remember me from Unit 1, my name is Jalal, okay? On this one, for all the people that by now I hope that you have bought the level 1 book for Q Skills for Success, second edition, okay? Now we've already finished Unit 1 and we're heading on to Unit 2, okay? On Unit 2, this video is going to be a lot more quicker this time, okay? Because before I explained what the expectation is from the lesson from Unit 1. Now we're going to do the same for Unit 2. Remember, in this book, there's 8 units, okay? We finished 1. Unit 1 was about, and remember, the best way to remember these topics is always read through the first page of the unit. How can you find a good job? Now, Unit 2 is about why do we study other cultures, okay? Why do we study other cultures? Now, culture. First thing you need to do is understand what the meaning is, okay? Why? Because, okay? When you say why, the answer is because blah, 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 okay? Why do we study? Study means why do we learn about new things, okay? Other cultures. Now, why do we learn, for example, English? We learn English so we can get better jobs. We can speak the language with more people. English is one of the biggest languages in the world, okay? So why do we learn other cultures? Now, if you don't know what culture means, if you want, you can find out the meaning in Arabic and then write it down if you want. But why do we study other cultures? The other cultures we study because we want to respect other cultures, okay? Now, I'm originally from England, okay? England, United Kingdom. A place called Manchester, if you don't know, all right? Hopefully I'll meet your students one day and I can talk to you more about the place. But because I'm from Manchester, my culture is very different. Okay, we're very relaxed, laid back. We're chill people. Okay, in Saudi Arabia, the culture is very different than what it is in England. So when I come to Saudi Arabia, I need to understand and study the culture before I come. Okay, and that goes for any country you visit because remember, it's not your country. You don't want to offend someone, and you want to make sure you're being very nice to them. Okay. So yeah, this is why we study other cultures, to respect other people, okay? To learn new things, okay? Now, that's for Unit 2. Why do we study other cultures? Question 1. Do you ever spend time in another country or culture? This answer is very simple. The answer could be yes or no. If the answer is yes, tell me which country you've been to, okay? Have you been to America? Have you been to China? Have you been to Japan? Have you been to Croatia? Spain? Have you been to England? Have you been to Australia? What country? And what the culture was, okay? That's question 1. It's very simple. So I usually tell all my students to write your answer here, okay? Write the answer here because this is the question they will ask you in the speaking if they ask you a question about Unit 2. Question number 2. What are some ideas people around the world have about your country or culture? Now, this is a very interesting question. I always ask my students, what do people around the world think? Okay, so someone like me, before I come to Saudi Arabia, what do you think people think about in the country? What do they think about the country and the culture? What do you think? Before I came to Saudi Arabia, I'm not going to lie to you, I thought it's very strict. Okay, quite a few of my friends said Saudi Arabia is very strict. It'd be very hard for you to live there. I listened to them, but I didn't really believe them, okay? I always believe that if someone tells you about a place, okay, don't listen to them. Well, listen to them to be respectful, but don't listen to them in the sense of whatever they say is true. Because remember, everyone's different. For example, you guys might like something, I don't like something, okay? I might like something, you might not like something, if you understand what I mean. Now, when I came to Saudi Arabia, it was the opposite of what people told me. They said it was very strict, very hard maybe to live there, okay, for someone like me, a foreigner from England. And when I came here, it's really good. It's very not bad. It's not bad at all. Like I enjoy myself. There's halal food everywhere. Food is very good, and people are very friendly. So I don't know what people were talking about, but I think it's really good. So this is the idea that I had. Okay. I also thought, and I think everyone thinks this. Everyone thinks anyone from the Middle East, whether you're from Dubai, from Saudi Arabia, they think you're rich, okay, because you have oil. That's it, okay. These are the things what people think about the culture. There's a lot of things what people think, and they're very funny answers. Okay, but the answer might not be true. Okay, so remember, you might come to England, you might think everybody is wearing jackets. You probably think we eat fish and chips all the time. You think we drink tea all the time, but not always. So these are the ideas that world have about your country or culture. This answer is perfect for every student who's Saudi or non-Saudi. It's very easy for them, okay? Because you know everything about the country. Now, number 3, look at the picture. What country is this from? What do you think the people are doing? If you can see, these people are Asian people, okay? That looks like a dragon. Now, if anyone watches anime, reads manga, they know this is from Japan or maybe China, okay? I don't know for exact, but I'm pretty certain it's Japan, okay? So Japanese culture, it looks like Chinese New Year maybe, okay? Or if it's from China, it looks like Chinese New Year. If you look at this, these are the masks, okay? Now these masks are worn in parties, okay? To hide yourself from what you look like. Now, if you played a game called the Assassin's Creed, I think it was Assassin's Creed 2, the second Assassin's Creed ever, there was a trailer, if you want to watch it on YouTube, they wore this mask, okay? And I think this is from Italy, I'm not wrong, mistake. I think this culture is from Italy, okay, or Spain, somewhere in Europe. And you see this. I'm pretty certain that is maybe Egypt, I don't know. I think it might be Egypt or somewhere, okay? But it looks like a pyramid, okay? It's pretty simple, all right? Now, that's it. That's the question. For Unit 2 is, why do we study other cultures? Very simple. Now, we're going to fire through the answers very quickly on page 25. We're going to start from 25, international advertising. You can use a dictionary for this if you want, okay? This one is very, very simple answers, okay? It says here are some words from listening 1. Read the conversation below, then match the underlined words with its definition. Now, underlined word means a word, any word that has a line underneath. Underlined, okay? A line underneath a word, okay? International, difficulty, mistake, positive, death. I think on the other page, you got words like on number 6, sorry, got too zoomed in. It says custom, number 7 is avoid, and number 8 is bottom. This is on page 26, okay? So 25 and 26. Oh no. Right, okay, here you go, boom. Sorted. Let's have a look. Question number 1. Right, okay, international. International. So you want to read A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, and you want to put them into here, okay? The word is international. You can read the whole sentence. I'm not going to waste your time. You're very smart people. It's very easy and simple. All you have to do is read this, but I'll read the first one, and you can read the rest yourself, okay? I started a job at a great company. Oh, where is it? Well, it's an international company. They have offices around the world. Okay, so international. International, if you read a dictionary or you can use Google, is different between different countries. F would be here. Number 1 is international. Number 2, it says here difficulty. Difficulty, if you guys are very smart. Not a lot of people, if you don't know what difficulty is, you can again use a dictionary. Difficulty means something very hard, okay? Very not easy. So, difficulty, a problem. All right? Number 3, mistake. Mistake, okay? The mistake answer, something that you do that is wrong. So, number 3 is D. Number 4, positive. Positive is, let's have a look. Positive is a good thing, by the way, if you didn't know. Positive is good. So the answer for this one is thinking or talking about a good part of a situation. Number 5, there's a different idea around the world about death. Death, okay? Death, you know what that means when someone dies. Okay, so when someone dies. When a life finishes. So the answer for number 5 is A. Now, if you go to page number 26 on question 6, it says here custom, okay? Custom, the answer for custom is E, okay? Let's have a look. Answer for question 6 is E. E is something a group of people usually do, a custom, okay? Usually in a different culture, okay? Custom is a word used. Number 7 is, if you can see it very carefully, number 7 is avoid. Okay, avoid means when you don't do something. Okay, the answer for this is C, to try not to do something. Okay, so C. That's number 7 is C. Number 8, the last one is, in the Middle East, you shouldn't show the bottom of your shoe. Bottom. The answer is G. Okay, if you go on to the last page again, G is the lowest part of something. Okay, I know in Arab culture, if you show the bottom part of your feet, it's very rude, very offensive. So you shouldn't do that. Okay, good. Now, if you've done that, well done. Now, we're going to go on to page number 27, okay? You can do these little activities in between if you want to. I don't find them essential, but I would leave them to you. Question A and B, very simple. Play the audio, listen to the main idea, and listen to the detail. The main idea is usually what the topic is about, and the detail means more information. And this is what a T-chart is. A T-chart is this, okay? Very good for notes. Now, we're going to use these words in the box and see, and we're going to put them in from the question number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Very easy. 6 words and 6 sentences. I'm going to read this very carefully, so make sure you write these answers down, okay? Number 1, international companies sometimes make cultural mistakes in advertising. Number 2, language differences can be a problem in international advertising. Number 3, a product name may have a funny meaning in another language. Number 4, some colors are not good to use in advertisements. Number 5, companies sometimes lose money because of advertising mistakes. Number 6, to avoid problems, companies should learn about the customs of other countries. Okay, very simple. Very, very, very simple. Okay. Now, here, very simple. This one's quite easy. Okay, we're going to run through this very quickly. The professor gives 2 examples of an international advertising mistake. Okay, will you listen to the audio on the previous page, just here? If you look at the page 26, if you listen to the audio using your book, you'll be able to answer these questions. Now, example number 1, I'm going to read this very briefly, very simply for you. Example 1, type of company. Type of company is a computer company. Where the mistake happened, it was in Eastern Europe, and the mistake was the language. Example 2 was TV. The type of company was a TV company. Where the mistake was made, Middle East, and the mistake was custom. Okay, it was custom mistake. Something that was offensive to the custom. Okay, the mistake that they made. Once you finish that, go on to page number 28. Again, take your time, pause it. If you want to rewind the video, you can do that as well, okay? But this video is an easier way to not listen for too long, but it's a lot of time where you have to put into yourself, okay? Listening is quite hard, especially online to study. But if you put the time in, I promise you, you will be able to succeed easily. And listening is a very good way to understand people. That's why we listen. That's what people need to remember. Now, on on page 28, question E. Read the statement, write T for true, F for false. T means true, true means right, F means false, which is wrong. Okay. The company, a computer company, did not change the product name. The answer is true. Number 2, the color red usually has a positive meaning. T, true. Excuse me. Number 3, companies should avoid the color blue in advertising. The answer is false. Number 4, the color black and green can both mean death. False. Okay, simple. Question F. Circle the answer that best completes each sentence. Okay, circle. Very easy, circle. Use information from the listening and your own ideas. So, question number 1, F. Today, there are more international companies, C, than in the past. So circle C for number 1. Number 2, it is important for companies to learn about other countries' cultures. Answer is B. okay, before they advertise there. You have to learn other countries' cultures, okay? Number 3, when international companies understand other cultures, they probably lose less money, okay? Remember, if I'm an international company from England, okay, if I make advertisements in Saudi Arabia, I have to make sure I look at the culture and respect the culture, okay? If I don't respect the culture, people in Saudi Arabia don't buy my products. If I don't buy products, I lose money, okay? And that's normal. And that goes for anywhere in the world, okay? That's why when you see companies like McDonald's, Burger King, Pizza Hut, Domino's, they make good advertisements to make sure they respect the culture, okay? Once you finish this, go on to page number 29, okay? On page 29, we're going to talk about the listening skill. Listening skill on the top here, okay? Now the listening skill on here is listening for main ideas and details. Main ideas, details, okay? When you listen, focus on the main idea, the most important point about the topic and my important detail. Remember that the details include examples such as numbers, facts, names, and reasons. Ask yourself, what information is important for me to know, okay? First, a T bar, for example, okay, is the line here. Can you see this line here? And then you see a line in the middle. You write here main ideas and details. This is very good when you're trying to come up with good ideas, okay? Or when you're listening to someone. When you listen to someone, for example, your teacher, maybe your lecturer, you can't listen to all of it, okay? So what you do is you write down the idea, maybe one sentence, maybe a word, and then you write down it in detail, okay? That's it. And this is how easy the listening skill is. Now, listen to the audio. Listen to the audio for these two. Listen to them and write down the answers for these, okay? It helps you practice on your writing skills as well, okay? It helps you with your listening and your writing skills. Once you finish that, okay, you want to head over to page number 30. Now, on page 30, same thing. There's a box here with words inside. The words have the meanings next to it. All you have to do with the words is put it in on question number 1, all the way to question number 8 on the page number 31 as well, okay? So we'll go through the words. The words here, they tell you the meaning, so you don't have to use a dictionary or Google. Carefully, a way of doing something so you don't make a mistake. Confused. Confused is not able to think clearly. Not understand. Not understanding. Die, to stop living. Invite, to ask someone to come somewhere or to do something. Offended, angry or unhappy because someone does something you don't think is polite. Rude, not polite. Okay, polite means not nice, not very caring. Upset, unhappy or worried. And wedding, a special event when two people get married. Okay, Saudi Arabia, there's always weddings, so you know what weddings means, definitely. Okay, we're going to run through the answers very quickly with you. So, there's a new student from Turkey in our English class. Let's invite him to our house for dinner tomorrow. Number 3, I saw Lisa crying after class. She looked very upset. Number 3, Ferris was an hour late. He didn't call. Isn't that very? The answer should be rude. Number 4, in the Middle East, you should always say yes when someone offers you something. If you say no, the person may be, the answer should be offended. They're very offended, okay? They might be offended. Number 5, in some countries, it's common to wear black when someone, the answer for this one would be die, okay? When someone dies, they usually wear black. Number 6, colors are an important part of a, well, the answer for this would be wedding. Many women wear white dress, but in some countries, women wear red, okay? In my country, in England, they wear white. Sometimes they wear red, but mostly white, okay? Number 7, I didn't understand English well when I visited Ireland, okay? Ireland is a part of UK. So in the UK, there's England, Scotland, Wales, and Ireland, okay? When people spoke, I felt a little, the answer should be confused. A little confused. Number 8, last question. Watch people Watch people, the answer should be carefully. Watch people carefully. Then you won't make a mistake. And that's how simple that one is. Now, if you want, on page number 31, you can go on to question number C. Okay? On question number C, I'm going to read the sentence, listen to the audio, okay? It'll help you, but I will give you the answers as if you have heard the audio, okay? So, Jawar, I'm going to try pronouncing this name. I'm very bad with foreign names, so I do apologize, okay? Jawaz, we'll call it Jawaz, I think Jawaz. Story happened in a store. Okay, happened in a store. Number 2, in Brazil, it's probably okay to stand close to other people. Number 3, Tanya felt positive about her trip to Canada. Number 4, Russians often give flowers when someone dies. People in the United States usually use business cards when they do business. Some people at Rick's friend's wedding were probably offended. And that's it. It's that simple. Very, very simple stuff. You can take your time, listen to the audio, and you can put these words into these sections here. Okay, that's an activity for D, for yourself that's to do. Okay, I'm going to go into question number E, the simple ones, the one that I can help you the most with. It says here, read the questions and circle the correct answer. Which statement is true about Juan's story? The answer is B. Number 1 is B. He did not know how was rude until later. Did not know he was rude until later. Number 2, which statement describes Tanya's experience? The answer for this was she was not offended by the cultural mistake. Number 3, which statement is true about Rick's experience? He did something that was not polite. Number 4, what is true about all 3 people? The answer is they all learned something important. Okay? That's it. So that's question number E done on page 32. If you go to page number 33, on this one, you can do this yourself. It's very, very simple. It says here, complete the sentence with your own ideas and compare the answer with the partner. Now, because you're working alone, you don't have to work with the partner. You can just make your own sentence up, okay? So I'll give you question number 1, for example. The student at the bookstore was upset because Juan stood too close to him, okay? And you can come up with new answers yourself there, okay? Okay, if you remember the questions from listening to, read the sentence and tick yes or no. Number 1, in my culture, it's rude to stand very close to someone. Answer is yes. In our culture, yeah, it is very rude. You don't want to stand next to people, and because of COVID, the coronavirus, you don't want to stand next to someone even closer. Some numbers in my culture have a special meaning. The answer is no, it shouldn't do. In my culture, people use business cards in business situations. The answer is yes. Okay, very simple. Right, once you finish that, go on to page number 34. We're going to read the yellow box at the top there. Yellow box at the top, it says words in context. So this is a vocabulary skill. When you listen, you will sometimes hear words you don't know. You can use other information to help you guess the meaning of the word. This is called context. The word that comes before and after another word are the context. Then he looked very upset and he said, "Excuse me," and moved away. I don't know what was wrong. I was confused. I learned later that. Okay? So context is when you listen to someone and you hear some words that you don't know. It's usually words that you've never heard of, but you think you know what it means, but you don't know for sure. Okay? Question number A. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Sorry, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay? Listen to the audio, okay, about a student story about living in Australia. Okay? Once you listen to the audio, I'm going to give you the answer. So number 1, depressed. You don't have to listen to the audio. On this one, you don't have to. You can just go through the answer yourself. Now, the word depressed means very sad. Okay. The word tough means difficult or challenging. Considerate means caring and thoughtful. Number 4 is treated, behave towards. And optimistic is someone cheerful or positive, okay? And that's it. Now, you can listen to it again and write any words or phrases that will help the meaning. Compare the answer with a partner. If you want, you can do this. You don't have to do it, okay? And that's it. That's done, okay? So that's Unit 2. Unit 2 was, again, understand this. Why do we study other cultures, okay? Why do we practice or learn about other cultures? And that is all you need to know, okay? So make sure you understand it, take your time, and thank you for listening. Next video is going to be about Unit 3, okay? And we'll talk about that then. Thank you.